Yes, your eyes did not deceive you. It is March 5th, 2026. And Big Polly's World of Sports Sibs is proud to present the Time Travel League of Baseball. And today we have a game for you to kick off this first season using the Action PC Baseball historical set. And we'll go through the rules. First, let's go through the teams real quick, and you might see a Pro Presenter logo come up, and it did. And I'll explain how this league works as this appears and fades. You have 12 teams. You have the Pioneers representing the 19th century. The Futurists represent the 21st century so far. And you have all the other teams representing decades of the 20th century, from the aughts to the 90s. And let's quickly go over the rules of the league. There are 40 players on each team that are active, and anybody on those 40 can play at any time. 12 travelers were drafted for each team, so you're going to see players not from an era on the team representing an era, like for instance on the Sultans, which represent the 1920s, you're going to see Don Sutton. And you're going to see players that are travelers, that are from other eras, that are appearing in a different era. And we're going to use the standard offensive-defensive blend for these games. DH will be used, but that's the only non-traditional rule that will be used. The teams were divided into two groups of 6 with a random draw. They will play each other 14 times. 14 times 11 is 154. The group winners, or division winners, A and B, will make the playoffs, as will the next best 2 teams. And with that, let's get this started. I would come on camera, but let's just say it's kind of a bad hair day for me. So let me just do window scout. I haven't done this in a while, folks, so just bear with me here as I get everything going. The game we're going to do today is the Pioneers, represent the 19th century, facing the Wings of the 1950s, wing tips. So I went with Wings. It's going to be at the Old Yankee Stadium. We're going to use the OOTP photo because on Action PC there's not really a good photo of Yankee Stadium. This is going to be in game of the week fashion, although this is opening day. For some reason, the calendar went to 1990 on me, and I set it up so the season would start on a Monday, but in 1990, the 14th was a Saturday. So bear with us. We're going to do a game every Saturday. We're going to do Memorial Day, 4th of July games. No All-Star game because it's just 2 divisions of 6. And we'll carry all the playoff games. And it's a very short season. It's going to take 5 weeks because it's going to be a 3-game series and a 4-game series against the same teams. So everybody plays everybody in a 3-game and a 4-game. And when you total it all up, you got 154 games. So it's Morris against Jenkins, and you'll see here how this is set up. We're at the Polo Grounds, by the way, which I thought we were going to be at Yankee Stadium. Don't know how that happened, but it did. The Pioneers play at the Polo Grounds. My bad, folks. Like I said, we're just getting this started. Ed Morris is going to be the starter for the Pioneers. And again, my game's going kablooey on me. Hang on a minute, folks. See the lineup for the Wings there. I'll just leave it up for a few seconds. Fergie Jenkins comes from the 70s to the 50s. He will be the starter as he goes in the time machine and joins his compatriots of the 1950s. We'll give you the starting lineups as things go. Remember, there is a DH, so you're going to see some of these pre-1970s teams. You're going to see teams using a DH on this Pioneers team. who was using the 1906 Polo Grounds. Because I couldn't think of a park that goes back past the 20th century into the 19th. And here we are, folks, Yankee Stadium, this very first game of the Time Travel League of Baseball. Ed Morris and Fergie Jenkins.
Play ball!
We'll go through the starting lineups quickly for the Pioneers. Hugh Duffy will be leading off. George Van Hultgren, the DH. High Trainer at third. Gonzalez at left. I think that's Juan Gonzalez. Christian Yelich of the modern-day Milwaukee Brewers is at center. Orlando Cepeda at first. Miguel Tejada at shortstop. Carlos Baerga is the second baseman. Buck Ewing is the catcher, and Morris will be pitching. Defensively for the Wings, Musial, Mantle, and Aaron. How about that for an outfield? Matthews, Banks, Fox, Hodges are your infielders. Your battery is Ferguson, Jenkins, and Del Crandall of the Milwaukee Brewers. As I just make sure that we're operating here. Just check that again. Okay, we're good to run. I play human. I set the both teams to human, but I will be making decisions with the CPU. Hugh Duffy leading off. Said to hit 362 against lefties. And that is a error as Duffy bunted it. And Crandall did not make a good play over to Gil Hodges at first base. So Duffy is at second with a double. And that's going to bring on George Van Hultgren. This is going to be a very unorthodox team, the Pioneers, because you have a lot of positions players that can pitch. And you have a lot of pitchers who could be position players. So it's going to be very interchanging. Van Hultgren could hit 333, has the potential to. He's facing Jenkins down, Duffy at second. The pitch. It's a grounder, past Banks and into left center field. That's going to score Duffy. And Van Hultgren will get credit for a hit and an error quickly. 2 errors for the Wings and the Pioneers with a 1-0 lead. High Trainer up, 337. Should be what he hits. This is the best of the best. Playing each other. Decide who has the greatest generation, as Tom Brokaw would say, of baseball. Trainer, the third baseman. That was a throwback to second base, and Fox tried to get the tag on Van Hultgren, but Van Hultgren was safe. So Jenkins in a jam here. Nobody out, top of the first, and Trainer with a base hit to left. That's gonna Van Hultgren's gonna hold at third. Runners at the corners for Gonzalez. As my phone goes off, my apologies, folks. Luis Gonzalez, a traveler, left fielder, most notably of the White Sox. See what he can do against Fergie. Throw to second, safe is Trainer, so now the Pioneers with runners at first and second. The Pioneers representing the 19th century, best of the 19th century era. So a 1-2 count now to Gonzalez. And that's going to be a grounder. Can Fox get to it? No, he cannot. That's going to bring in 2, and Gonzalez with a single has made it a 3-0 game. Christian Yelich. We're using the 5,000 plate appearance set, by the way. So you've got to have 5,000 plate appearances to make it into this league. So no Shohei Ohtani, no Aaron Judge, but they'll make it in future years, I would reckon. Yelich, see what he can do. His first at bat. That's a grounder. Could this be another base hit? It is. And Jenkins has not gotten anybody out yet to score 3-0 in the first. Orlando Cepeda, another traveler who has joined the Pioneers. Breaking ball. Can Jenkins get an out? Well, not right away, as that's another single. And that is going to make it 4-0. Miguel Tejada up. Might be time to be thinking about getting the hook for Jenkins. Mental will catch that pop fly to center. Yelich is going to score. It is 5-0. Now, Will they stick with Jenkins? They will. A grounder. Base hit to left. That's 6. Now for the Pioneers in the first inning, and they're going to bat around and bring up Buck Ewing. Ewing with a long drive to center, but Mantle's going to get underneath that for the second out. And Duffy is now back up, his second at bat of the inning. You never know what's going to happen in these games. That's a fly to center. I think Mantle's going to get to that. He does. And the side finally retired in the first for the Wings. But they pick up 5. Let the computer make defensive decisions. Probably should have made a decision there. So it's Nellie Fox that's going to face Ed Norris. We'll go through the lineup for the Wings. It's Fox, Martinez, and Aaron. Mantle, usual, Matthews, Hodges, Banks, and Crandall, your catcher, who will bat tonight. Gonzalez, Yelich, and Duffy are the outfielders for the Pioneers. Trainer, Tejada, Bayerga, and Cepeda, your infielders. Ewing catching. Morris, your pitcher. He can go 135 pitches. It took Jenkins 37 to get out of the first. Here's Nellie Fox. A grounder right back to the pitcher for the first out. Morris had no trouble with that, even though he's not a great fielder. And you're going to see a lot of these players from the era are not good fielders because they did not have the best of equipment. So they were very wise in getting travelers who could field better. Here's Martinez, Victor Martinez of the Detroit Tigers modern era. And this is a high fly. It's going to be caught by Yelich in center for the second out. That'll bring up Hank Aaron. Aaron with a high fly to left. That's caught by Gonzalez. And it's 1-2-3 for the Wings. And at the end of an inning, it's 5-0. Van Haltren up again. Now, I have set this up so changes could be made if a player gives up 5 runs. So we're going to bring in Roy Face to pitch.
Pitching for Wings, Roy Face.
So that should have happened, but because I didn't have the defenses set up automatically, it didn't happen. So Roy Face is going to come on, and he's going to face Van Haltren. Sad situation when you go to the second inning and you already got to bring in another pitcher. An error by Aaron there. That's 3 now for the Wings. You would think the Pioneers would be the team making more errors, but that has not proven to be true. My trainer up. Did well in his first plate appearance. That's a high fly to center. Mantle will make the put out. Van Haltren advances to third. That brings up Luis Gonzalez once again. Fox with the handling of the grounder over to Hodges for the out. The run scores. It's 6-0. Yelich, high fly to center. Mantle has gotten a lot of work, but he's going to look up and watch that one go. Christian Yelich with a home run. It's 7-0.
Strike 3.
And that's a K for Face, but still not a great situation now for the Wings. They trail 7-0. Mickey Mantle up. Mickey who? Mickey U. Grounder to third. Trainer. Cepeda. 1 out. Stan the man usual. That's a base hit in the right field, and that's almost a Bronx cheer. Most appropriate because we're in the Bronx. He's on first with a single. Here's Eddie Matthews of the Milwaukee Braves. He's going to hit a base hit to right. Duffy with trouble with that, and that's going to move the runners up a base. The Pioneers commit their long-awaited first error. Gil Hodges of the Brooklyn Dodgers. Up to the plate now. That's a base hit to center. The Wings are going to get a run back at 7-1. Ernie Banks. See what he can do. High fly to left. Gonzalez watches it bounce off the wall. 2 runs will score at 7-3. Dale Crandall, the 9-hitter for the Wings. 7-0 a minute ago, but the Wings have come back with 3 in the second. And this is a grounder to the shortstop, Tejada Cepeda. And 2 outs now. We go back to the top of the order, and Nellie Fox. Opening day of the Time Travel League of Baseball. That's a grounder to first. Cepeda underneath it. And that's going to end the second inning for the Wings. But they pick up 3. It is 7-3. Most appropriate for Yankee Stadium. We got a football score at the moment. Here's Miguel Tejada. And Tejada took strike 3, but the Crandall could not find the ball. Tejada moved to first. So it's a strikeout and a passed ball. And the Wings just can't catch a break at all right now. Here's Baerga. Grounder to face over to, was it Banks or Fox that caught that? Looked like it was Fox. And they got 1 out only, and that's just going to replace the runner at first, Baerga. Buck Ewing, his second plate appearance, is a strikeout. Grace has 3 Ks on the day. His estimated pitch count is 80. And it's going to bring up Hugh Duffy. Grounder, Fox cannot make the play. You hear the music from the Bad News Bears, that 70s movie, going on in the background. That's 4 errors now for the Wings. Van Holtren up. Fly to right. I don't think Aaron's going to get to that. It's a foul ball. 7-3, 2 outs, full count, top of the third. And this is a grounder. Matthews, the first. Got him. And after 2.5, it's 7-3 in favor of the Pioneers. Martinez back up, his second plate appearance of the day. 0 for 1. Grounder to third. Trainer to Cepeda. First out. Pioneers have left 4 men on. The Wings 1. Hank Aaron on this 50s team. And when I set up these teams, I went with the error that the historical disc says they should belong to. So Hank Aaron was the 50s. It's very easily been in the 60s or 70s, I know. Mickey Mantle. One swing of the bat, we could have a 2-run game. Hit the center. Yelich underneath it. And there's now 2 outs for Stan the Man Musial. 1 for 1 so far. And this is a fly to right. Duffy makes the play. After 3, 7-3 in favor of the Pioneers. Pie Trainer. 1 for 2 so far. He's the 3-hitter. That's going to be a base hit to left center. Banks could not get to that. Gonzalez already with 3 ribbies today. See what he can do here. And this is smoke to right. Aaron going back, and he will make the play. 1 out. Christian Yelich, who we just saw homer a few minutes ago. And this is a grounder at first base. Hodge to Banks, and they get 1 out only. 2 outs now for Cha-Cha Cepeda. Grounder to the pitcher. Face, Hodges, side retired. At the end of 3.5, it's now 7-3. Don't know what game we'll be doing for you on the next episode, which will be a game from April 21st. It'll depend on how the teams do. Here's Eddie Matthews. 1 for 1 on the day. It's righties better than he does lefties. That's up the middle, a base hit to center. Yelich will bring that one in. 6 hits on the day for the Wings, 9 for the Pioneers. We've already had 5 errors, and we haven't even gotten through the 4th yet. Gil Hodges. A grounder. That's a chopper for a base hit. Matthews holds at second, so now again the Wings with a rally going. Ernie Banks famously hit 500 home runs plus. Get the deal from Morris, the lefty, and that is ball 4. Bases are loaded, nobody out for Del Crandall.
Strike 3.
And that's 1 out. Saw the strike 3 there. Morris has surrendered 7 hits, but he has 1 walk and 1 strikeout. Nellie Fox. Rounder. Pitcher going to get to it. He's going to throw home, and he's going to get the runner out at home. Bases remain loaded, but now there are 2 outs for Victor Martinez. Tejada, the force at second, and the side is retired. And after 4, it is 7-3. Tejada up. Top of the 5th inning. 0 for 1 with a strikeout, also with an RBI. Popped it up to third base. Matthews with the putout. Bayerga, the number 8 hitter. Fox, Hodges, second out. Buck Ewing, 0 for 2. 5th inning, a 7-3 score. That is going to go to Aaron in right field with the fly out. And the Pioneers' bats have been quiet after getting off to a hot start. They still lead by 4, 7-3. To Hank Aaron, the right fielder. Milwaukee Brave, Atlanta Brave, Milwaukee Brewer. That's a ground ball. 5-3 on the putout. Trainer to Cepeda. Mantle. A grounder to third with a little hop on it. Trainer, Cepeda, out number 2. Stand-a-man Musial, 1 for 2 today. Rounder to second base by Erga to Cepeda. 1, 2, 3 innings. We go to the 6th with the score 7-3. Hugh Duffy.
Ball 4.
Gets a walk. That is walk number, 1, surrendered by Roy Face, who's at 53 of his 80 pitches. George Van Hultgren. Taking a look. That's a K. So Van Hultgren is retired. 1 out now for Pie Trainer. A fork ball. Banks cannot get to it. A poor play by him, and that's going to move everybody up the base. Trainer on with a single. We'll go back to Luis Gonzalez. 3 ribbies already on the day, 1 for 3. His 4th plate appearance. This is hit well to right center field. Can it stay in the park? No, it does not. And it's a homer for Gonzalez to give him 6 RBIs on the day. A 3-run homer. It's 10-3. Ken Raffensperger is going to come on and pitch for
Pitching
the
for Wings, Ken Raffensperger.
As the Wings go to their 3rd pitcher today. Kristen Yelich, homered earlier, but that's a K. Raffensperger can go 70 pitches. Morris can go 135, but he's only used up 56 after 5 innings, so he can probably go the distance if he stays out of trouble. Orlando Cepeda. That is ball 4. El Tejada. 0 for 2 on the day, but he has a ribby. And this is hit well to left. Musial going back to that corner. And Al Gianfrido, they famous in the 1947 World Series. And the side is retired. We go to the bottom of the 6th, but it's now the Wings trailing by a touchdown at 10-3. Matthews up. Grounder to Cepeda. Morris covers. 1 out. Gil Hodges. Grounder. Pass Tejada. Playing shortstop, and Hodges is aboard. 3 for 3 on the day. Ernie Banks. The crowd tries to will the wings to get something going. That's a base hit to right. Hodges moves up to second. Del Crandall. 0 for 2 on the day. And that's a double play. That is a double play to end the 6th inning. So a promising inning for the Wings goes by the wayside. And we go to the 7th with the Pioneers leading 10 to 3. Baerga, base hit, left center. Stretches for second, and he gets it. Daniel, maybe not paying attention, maybe not motivated to pay attention, we don't know. Runner at scoring position with nobody out for the Pioneers in the 7th, looking to score some more. That's a K for Raffensperger, the lefty, on Buck Ewing, and now Hugh Duffy is up, who was 0 for 3. And this is going to be hit to center. Mantle coming in hard, makes the play for the 2nd out. George Van Hultren skies this to right. Aaron, we have to put out. And we go to the bottom of the 7th. It's 10 to 3 in favor of the Pioneers. Each team playing their first game of 154. Fox up, the second baseman. Grounder, Baerga, Cepeda, 1 out. Victor Martinez. Grounder, Tejada, Cepeda, 2 outs. Hank Aaron. He of the 755 home runs. That's Tejada to Cepeda. 3 groundouts and a very quick inning for the Wings in the 7th. They still trail by 7, 10 to 3. 8th inning now. High Trainer, 3 for 4 on the day. That's going to be skied. Nellie Fox is going to come over towards first base, make the put out for the first out. Luis Gonzalez. Up the middle of base hit. That's base hit number 13 for the Pioneers today. He has 3 hits, Gonzalez does. Christian Yelich, 2 for 4 with a homer. Pass ball, that's going to move Gonzalez to second. So again, the Pioneers threat. Not letting the foot off the gas at all. That's a K for Yelich. And Raffensperger picks up his 3rd. Orlando Cepeda, Cha-Cha 1 for 3 today. Now it looks like he's 2 for 4. Run will score. Gonzalez comes in. It's 11 to 3. As the Wings in this first game of the season get whooped. Miguel Tejada. Sky to left. Musial on his horse. And he will watch that bounce off the wall. Cepeda comes in. 12 to 3. And this is getting ugly. Baerga. 0-2. Right back to Raffensperger for the 3rd out. But the damage done, the Pioneers pick up another deuce. And after 7.5, it is 12 to 3 in favor of the Pioneers. Mantle. Grounder. Base hit to right. Bit of a misplay by Duffy. Allows Mantle to get the second on the double. They will not rule it an error. Stan Musial. Grounder to right, a base hit. Will that bring in Mantle? No, he's going to hold the 3rd. J. Matthews, 2 for 3. A grounder. Morris starts a double play. Tejada. Then over to Cepeda. So it was a 1-6-3 double play. Gil Hodges up. Run scored, by the way, so it's 12 to 4. Hodges. Matthews did not get credit for an RBI, nor should he. Banks up. Ernie Banks, Mr. Cub. Slow grounder to third. Can he beat the throw? Yes, he can. Runners at first and second with 2 outs for Del Crandall. See if they go for a pinch hitter for him. They do not. Up the middle. Tejada steps on second to make the force. Side retired. And at the end of 8, it's 12-4. We go to the 9th. Doesn't look like we're going to go into the 10th unless the Wings get 8 runs. And Ewing, a deep fly into that vast Yankee Stadium outfield. Before 1976, vast field to cover, and Mantle with the putout for the first out. Raffensperger is going to work to Duffy. That's hit the center. Mantle, I don't know how many putouts he's made today, but he's made quite a few. George Van Hultren, a 2-0 count. Base hit to right. And Van Hultren hurries to second base. How many hits does he have today? He's 3 for 6. High trainer. He's looking for an RBI. And it's going to get by Matthews. It's going to get by Musial all the way to the wall. Trainer will double. More play by Musial. It's 13-4. And this is Luis Gonzalez. A base hit to center. It's going to make it 14-4. Yelich. Pass ball for Crandall. That is his 3rd today. And Gonzalez is moving to second. Oh, the humanity. Banks, Hodges, and finally, and mercifully, the Pioneers are retired but not giving up. They've given up. The Wings have given up 2 more runs, and the Wings are going to need a miracle here, trailing 14-4. Nellie Fox. Grounder, Tejada, Cepeda, 1 out. Morris, 26 pitches left before he reaches his estimated pitch count. That's a walk to Martinez. And for Morris, he has given up 12 hits and 3 walks today. So his whip is going to be looking a little sore. Aaron. A fly to right. Duffy will get to it. And there's 1 out. They'll make that 2 outs. Bringing up the Mickey Mantle. Grounder. Morris. Cepeda. And the first game in the Time Travel League of Baseball history is over, and the Pioneers have won 14-4. Game took 3 hours and 9 minutes, although it really didn't take that long in real time. And let me just give you the MVP of the game, which was Luis Gonzalez. So 1 game is in the can, folks. Hope you enjoyed this first video I have done in 10 months. Just felt the edge. Just felt the need to do one after all this time. So this has been Big Paulie coming to you. Godspeed and God bless, and we'll play another game for you real soon. Bye-bye for now, everybody.